Good morning. We are going to study the lesson 1 of class 9. Forces in fluids. This is our second class. Can you say which are the forces? This bottle is wet if it is inside the water. If it is immersed in water. A body situated in a liquid experiences two forces. Can you say which are they? This bottle experiences two forces. Can you say which are they? The forces experienced by this bottle are, if it is in water, the weight of the body acting downwards, the weight of this bottle acting downwards, and the buoyancy acting upwards. This bottle experiences two forces. One is due to its weight. Earth attracts all objects to its center. The buoyancy is acting upwards. So this bottle feels two forces. Which are they? One is due to its weight. Another one is due to buoyancy. A body experiences weight due to gravitational force of attraction by earth. Isn't it? Yes. How can we measure buoyancy? For measuring buoyancy, we can take a piece of metal, we can take a piece of stone. Both of them should have the same size. Both of them should have the same size, equal size. Can you say this is the device shown here? This is spring balance. It is used to measure the weight of the object. It is used for measuring the weight of a body. In this spring balance, you can see a symbol N and you can see a symbol G here. This N represents force in Newton, weight in Newton. This G represents weight in gram. Okay. By hanging objects here using thread, we can take the weight of the stone and metal piece. Find the weight of the stone in air, then find the weight of the metal piece in air. After dipping in the water also, find the weight of the metal piece and stone in water. Find the weight of the stone if it is in water. Find the weight of the metal piece if it is in water. Can you say why did the stone experience a loss of weight? Why did the metal piece experience a loss of weight in water? When it was in air, it has more weight. But it dipped in water, its weight decreases, its weight reduces. The stone and the metal piece experience loss of weight in water due to buoyancy. Water is exerting an upward force. It is holding it upwards. So the stone experiences weight loss. So the metal experiences weight loss. Water is supporting it. What is the relation between buoyancy and loss of weight in water? Can you see? By looking this table, we can find the relation between weight loss and buoyancy. Weight of the stone in air was 50 Newton. Weight in water was 40 Newton. Loss of weight is found as 10 Newton. 50 minus 40 is equal to 10 Newton. water exerts an upward force of 10 Newton. Water exerted an upward force of 10 Newton. Here the piece of metal experienced weight loss. 75 minus 70 is equal to 5 Newton. What exerted an upward force of 5 Newton. So the buoyancy and loss of weight in water are equal. Loss of weight is equal to buoyancy. How can we calculate the buoyancy then? If it is in fluid? Yes. We can calculate the buoyancy by measuring the weight loss, by finding the weight loss. For calculating the buoyancy experienced by a body immersed in a fluid. If the object is immersed in a fluid, if it is in fluid, find out the loss of weight of the body in that fluid. If the stone is in water, it experiences weight loss. That weight loss will be equal to the buoyancy. If the metal piece is inside the water, it experiences weight loss. That will be equal to the buoyancy. So the weight loss and buoyancy are equal. Can you say which are the factors that affect buoyancy? In the picture shown here, red colored solution is water and yellow colored solution is saline water. In saline water this egg floats, but in water, red colored solution, that is in water, the egg sinks because this saline water has more density than water. The water has less density in comparison with the saline water. So the egg sinks in water because water has less density. But in saline water it floats. The amount of material is more in saline water. So it has more density. So the egg floats in saline water. Saline water has more density. So the egg floats in saline water. Take water, kerosene and saline water in 3 beakers. Find out the buoyancy in various liquids. Find out the buoyancy in this water, in saline water and kerosene. First we have to take find the measurement, find the weight of the stone if it is in air. After finding the weight in air, we dip this stone in water. Then find the weight loss. After dipping in saline water, find the weight loss. After immersing in the kerosene, find the weight loss. Consider the weight of the stone in air as 120 Newton. Weight of the stone in air as 120 Newton. In kerosene, the weight was found as 80. So, the weight loss is equal to 120 minus 80 is equal to 40. In water, weight is found as 70. So, 120 minus 70 is equal to 50. So, in kerosene, the buoyancy is found as 40. The weight loss is found as 40. In water, the weight loss is found as 50. In saline water, the weight loss is found as 60. The weight in air is 120 Newton. So, but weight in water is 60. So, 120 minus 60 is equal to 60. In which liquid did the stone experience the maximum buoyancy? In saline water. In which liquid did the stone experience maximum buoyancy? Saline water. In which liquid did the stone experience the maximum buoyancy? In saline water. What is the reason? Yes, it has more density. It has more density than other liquids. In comparison with water and kerosene, saline water has more density. Kerosene has least density in comparison with saline water and water. Saline water has more density. So saline water exerts more buoyancy because it has higher density. Is the density of saline water higher or lower than that of kerosene in water? Yes, it is higher. So, now can you say, is there any relation between a liquid's density and buoyancy? Yes, the buoyancy of a body is directly proportional to the density of the liquid in which the body is immersed. For example, in our case, in the first part of our lesson, we saw a bottle. It is immersed in liquid. Buoyancy of that bottle is directly proportional to the density of the water that is immersed. So, buoyancy is directly proportional to the density of the fluid or density of the liquid in which it is immersed. So, density of a liquid is a factor that influences the buoyancy of a body in that liquid. So, which are the factors that influence the buoyancy of a body? Density of a liquid. If an object is in water, it experiences buoyancy according to density of water. If the object is immersed in saline water, dipped in saline water, it experiences buoyancy according to the density of saline water. We are going to end the discussion. Does a ship that enters a freshwater lake from the ocean? Does a ship that enters a freshwater lake, pure water lake from the ocean, sink more or rise more? About this we can discuss in next class. Okay, thank you.